Hey Alice, just thought I should let you know that my sister is staying with us starting next week. So prepare something good for us to eat, okay?
Wait, what? What do you mean she's staying with us? Did I miss something? For how long is she going to be here with us?
She's going to be staying with us permanently, of course. Starting next week, she's going to be a member of this household.
She's going to live here permanently? You're kidding, right? What about our kids?
They're going to be staying with us as well, of course. Where else will they go?
You do remember that she has 5 kids, right? There's no way we could handle this increase in members.
That's all up to how much work and effort you're willing to put into the situation. You can finally raise children like you always wanted to. Aren't you happy? Don't you like kids?
I do like children, but to suddenly push 5 kids onto me without any preparation is impossible to do. I can't handle a sudden change like this.
Jeez, all you do is say that everything is impossible. Can't you try to do something for once in your life? You said that there's no way you're getting pregnant, and now you say you can't raise kids? So then what can you do, huh? Instead of complaining all the time, maybe you should do something useful.
That's easier said than done. What does your sister say about all this?
Of course she agreed to it. If anything, Alyssa said that if you're struggling with infertility, then she is more than happy to give you the experience of raising children.
What about Tate? Is he okay with all of this?
Yeah, he's okay with it too. Don't go calling or texting him about this though, got it? He and Alyssa are going through some things right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Going through some things? Did something happen between them? Are the kids okay?
This issue is between Alyssa and her husband. This means that you have no need to know anything about this. Butt out.
You say that, yet I'm going to have 5 of their children to take care of in our house starting next week.
My sister, out of the kindness of her heart, is allowing you to raise her kids when you can't, and yet you're being ungrateful and complaining.
This doesn't feel like a heartfelt gesture, but rather an action of pity from someone who thinks they're better than me. Either way, this isn't something I can handle. I'm sure the kids are also going to be stressed from the sudden change of environment.
I've had enough of this. I will not tolerate any more complaints coming from you. I can leave you anytime I want. You aren't a necessary person in my life.
How could you say something like that to me? Do you understand the words you just said to me? Who says that to a person, let alone their wife?
Well, you're jobless and your family isn't that well off either, right? You would be in trouble if I were to leave you, right? I have the divorce papers signed and ready to submit at any given moment. If you don't want that to happen, then you can shut up and listen to what I tell you.
What's gotten into you? Don't you think you're being a little too harsh right now?
Harsh or not, it's true that in order to survive, you need me. You need to wake up and look at the position you're in. If you understand what I'm saying, then hurry up and start getting the house clean for our new members. I only want the best for my sister's arrival. Oh, and also make sure you learn how to raise kids properly.
This is completely messed up! How do you expect me to do this?
That's not my issue. I'm starting a new side job with my sister. We'll make a huge profit with it, so you can look forward to that.
I was hoping you could pick some things up from the store for me.
What? Oh, sorry. I'm too busy with work right now. Could you just go do it?
I'm sorry, but I have my hands full right now. I don't mind if it's just from the gas station around the corner, so could you please go?
The gas station? No way. Those places are really expensive. We have 5 children that we need to raise, so you at least have to think about budgets and all that.
I get that, but still...
If you understand, then you can go to the grocery store no matter how busy you are. I don't mind if dinner is a bit late, although I can't say the same about my brother. Either way, do your best, okay?
I would like to go too, but I have some cleaning and laundry left to do. Or if you could just hang the laundry out to dry after I finish, that would...
Sorry, I don't think you get what I'm saying here. Let me explain to you so that you understand what's going on here. I'm not relaxing here. I'm working in my room. The house chores are your job, right? You should be doing your job on your own.
If that's the case, then could you at least look after your kids? Could I ask you to pick up your kids from school?
Sorry, but I haven't done my makeup or finished my work. So could you pick them up on your way from getting groceries as well?
Their preschool is on the opposite side of the grocery store. There is one near the preschool, but...
Oh, no. Don't go there. That place is expensive. Make sure you go to the cheaper place that we always shop at.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, so if you could just...
As a housewife, you should be able to properly manage time and money. That is part of your job as a caretaker. Well, good luck. If you need any help, just let me know. But don't waste my time with things you could easily take care of.
Right, okay. Thanks.
Could you knock it off with the complaints? You finally get to raise kids. This is what you've always wanted to do. Your life goal is being fulfilled. You could at least be grateful for this opportunity.
It's great to look after kids. But you or Alyssa haven't helped out at all. You guys pushed all the house chores and childcare onto me. I can't bear all the responsibilities. Recently, your sister has been ignoring anything I say.
So, she and I are doing important work. How else do you think we're able to have meals on our table? Do you think that just magically happens?
Well, I'm aware of how we have our meals, considering I'm the one who takes the time out of my busy day to make our meals.
Stop with your excuses! We're busy! It doesn't matter if it's a weekday or weekend. We're always working. You're just a wife. All you need to do is shut up and do as you're told.
How dare you have such an old-fashioned mindset in this day and age without any shame?
Either way, all you need to do is shut up and take care of the house and kids. We're living with my sister and her 5 kids. Your task is to take care of all of us. A childless woman like you has nothing better to do, right? If you have any complaints, then we could easily get a divorce.
But we're already divorced? That's why I'm complaining, duh!
Huh? What are you talking about?
I submitted the divorce papers a while ago! So you and I are no longer a thing.
Wait, what? Are you serious right now? Hang on. You're serious. The papers are gone!
Everything going on was way too much to handle. I couldn't stay there any longer.
You may have gotten one over me with this divorce thing, but you're still going to be the one to suffer since you're no longer my wife. You're a jobless housewife with barely any experience in the working world. You can't even afford to pay rent. How are you going to survive? Did you even think that through?
No worries, I can take care of myself. Besides, anything is better than dealing with all of that.
Is that so? Then what are you going to do about the kids? Are you going to leave these kids behind and leave on your own? That's so selfish of you to do that. They like you, and yet you abandoned them.
It's all fine. Tate is going to look after them. So there's no need to try and guilt me into regretting my actions.
What? Did you contact him after I told you not to do that? Why would you do that?
Of course I did! I have to double check with your sister's husband. After all, he is their father. However, from what I learned, your sister stole money from him and is on the run. She took their kids and ran so that she could use them to her advantage to prevent him from calling the police.
That idiot went too far.
You guys really are the worst. Using innocent children as hostages and using our house to protect her. I can't believe that you had me involved with that as well.
Don't believe anything Tate is saying. He's a lunatic who's framing my sister as a criminal.
He didn't seem all that insane when I was talking to him. If anything, your sister seems like the crazy one here. As well as you, Trent, you're just as insane as her.
Causing us unnecessary trouble. I need to tell my sister what's going on immediately.
What are you trying to pull here? Why'd you contact Tate? We told you not to talk to him, didn't we?
Well, I was in a troublesome situation, so I had no other choice. Plus, the kids all seemed terrified of their mother and kept saying how they wanted to see their father for the past 2 weeks.
This is such a pain. How could you be so useless?
You're on the run after stealing money from Tate, right? I won't say anything negative about you, but I do recommend that you hurry up and turn yourself in.
Turn me in? That's pretty dramatic. Besides, what's wrong with a wife spending her husband's money?
I see that you're trying to turn this on me. Anyways, he's apparently aware of your infidelity as well. You can run and hide all you want, but eventually he will pay for someone to tail you.
Shut up. Who do you think you are? You brainless good-for-nothing. Whatever. You can go tell Tate that this happened because he's extremely weak-willed.
Oh, you should tell him yourself. He's currently waiting downstairs at the apartment garage. You can't run now.
Huh? Why is he here? Why are you taking his side? You barely even know the man.
Rather than being on his side, I'm just extremely annoyed over your siblings. Plus, I feel bad for the kids. I need some type of justice to be served or I just won't feel better. He just happened to be a factor in the process of dealing with this situation.
You've got to be kidding. Do you know what you've done? This is bad. It's all over for me.
You reap what you sow, I think is how the saying goes.
Shut up! You're not making this any better.
I wasn't trying to. How much longer do you intend to run? Your sister got caught, so you should hurry up and turn yourself in. You're only making things worse for yourself.
Why should I? I did nothing wrong. That job I was doing was something that my sister showed me. I didn't know that an illegal service was involved with it. I'm a victim.
Is that so? So then, what about when you were telling me how you're going to be profiting greatly from this job?
Well, that's because Alyssa was telling me how much we'll benefit from the job. I heard that it may have been a little sketchy, but I didn't think it was criminal level.
You weren't aware, even though you were working.
Exactly! I was tricked!
So then why don't you just turn yourself in and explain that? The more you run, the more your argument loses value. Like I said, your running away is only making things worse for yourself.
There's no way anybody would believe what I would say.
Either way, the police will investigate and easily find out that you were aware of what was going on. There's no point in telling me all of these excuses.
I had no other choice. I got fired from my last job.
Wait, really? When did that happen?
About 2 months ago.
Why didn't you tell me?
There's no way I could tell you about how I got fired due to the company downsizing. I tried to look for a job immediately, but it didn't go well. That's when my sister was telling me about how she knows a job that has a bit of a risk, but we could get good money from it. She was having some trouble with Tate, and so we both needed money.
Something like downsizing should have been discussed with me. Well, you always were a prideful person. The reason you wanted to have a kid with me was because you wanted the status of having a proper family, right?
Everyone else around me had a family and was benefiting from it. It's because of you that I was unlucky enough to get fired during the downsizing. They told me that since I don't have a kid, they couldn't prioritize my spot.
Are you seriously placing the blame on me? Do you ever take responsibility for your actions?
Yeah, I'm blaming you for this. If you could have just gotten pregnant, then we wouldn't have been in this position.
Have you ever considered that maybe if you had gained the trust and built a better relationship with your peers, then maybe you could have kept your job? Your former coworkers were all excellent employees, so you making the excuse that you got fired due to being childless is pathetic. You're a pathetic excuse for a man. You need to hurry up and face the reality of that. If I'm being honest here, you were the most troublesome to take care of rather than those 5 kids. A few days later, Trent was spotted walking along the road where he was questioned and eventually arrested by the police. The organization that he and his sister were working for was apparently selling knockoffs at a higher rate than they were worth. Turns out the man Alyssa was seeing was the leader of said organization. Also, it turns out that Alyssa and her boyfriend had planned to eventually force Trent out of their schemes. This means that Alyssa was using her brother's love for her gain. I'm sure the betrayal that Trent felt after he found out was immeasurable. Alyssa and everyone involved were found guilty of theft crimes and were sent to prison, leading to Alyssa's kids having moved in with Tate. With the help of his parent, Tate is taking care of his 5 children. And on weekdays, I look after them, which is great for me as I've always loved children. It helps that they're so well-mannered children. I'm living a much better life now.
Hey, Evelyn! I'm gonna go home now. See ya!
Just hold your horses, Larissa. These are still working hours, you know? Why are you going home?
My stomach hurts. So I'm clocking off early.
You said the same thing when you left early yesterday and the day before, too. Not to mention the 3 days last week. This is happening too often, isn't it?
Are you saying I'm lying? How horrible! I really do feel unwell.
Like I already told you, if you feel unwell, you should go see a doctor. I need to see a medical certificate.
But I hate going to the doctor. It'll be better if I sleep it off. So I don't want to go. Plus, all the changeovers on the train are a pain.
You hate going to the doctor? How old are you? Aren't you the same age as my son? You're going home early far too often. I need to see a medical certificate. How about I drive you there?
Nope, I'm good, thanks. Anyway, I'll be heading off now.
You do not leave early without a good reason. Larissa, do you really want to work at this company?
Duh, obviously. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here, would I?
And yet, I've heard your attitude at work is awful? It's only been 2 months since you joined us. But we've already had over 50 complaints against you.
What do you mean? I don't know about that.
The most frequent ones are leaving early and being absent from work without permission. Other than the training days where you come in without fail, you barely show up, and you don't even call to let us know why. You go home early without permission particularly often. Just the other day, you went home while out bulking buying supplies for the company, didn't you? No doubt trying to pocket the company's money.
Well, I started feeling unwell all of a sudden. What was I supposed to do? I've had poor health ever since I was a little kid. The reason I couldn't contact you was because my phone's battery died. I just forgot to give the money back, that's all. It can't be helped.
Like I said, go see a doctor if you're not well. Besides, if anyone's going to get ill, it's the people who have to work around you.
Huh? Why?
Because you've been giving your manicures at your desk since you started working here. The smell of your nail polish remover is bothering people, and we're getting complaints. From every single person in your department.
Really? It doesn't bother me at all, though.
That may be so, but it bothers the people around you. Because of that, people are opening the windows for ventilation. Which means, in turn, the air conditioner stops having any effect. In the middle of summer. Between the smell of your nail polish remover and the heat, we've had a lot of people complain of ill health.
Oh, so that's why! So that's why everyone's been opening windows despite there being aircon. I just thought they were morons who didn't understand what aircon did.
Don't be silly. How many times have me and the other employees warned you?
that you mention it, I do think I remember you might have warned me once. What's the harm in a little manicure, though? It's cute, and it increases my motivation to work. In fact, everyone should start doing it.
What do you come to work to do? Anyway, manicures are forbidden in the office from now on. You're free to do as you please at home, but you're bothering people at work.
Huh? But I have an amazing reputation with the department of our clients. I'm known as the one who's cute from head to toe, right to the tips of her nails.
People who don't understand the situation may say such things. But that's not what we're discussing here. The office is not your makeup parlor, so please act more sensibly.
You're such a buzzkill. At best, this is a low-level department with no big players. I wanted to be the CEO's secretary anyway. How long will it take before I'm assigned to one of the better departments?
There's no such thing as big players. Low level, better, or worse departments here. Every job is necessary for the smooth operation of the company. Besides, there's no way a fresh out of college newbie who barely knows their left from right could suddenly become a secretary to the CEO. Especially you and that poor attitude of yours. How could you be entrusted with a job like that?
Say what? Oh, please, it looks like a breeze. All you have to do is wear nice clothes and smile looking all pretty next to the CEO. I could do that. Looking pretty is my specialty after all.
What are you talking about? There's no job that involves getting dressed up and smiling. The secretariat's a busy department.
Huh? But that's what it was like in this drama I watched the other day. I thought I could do this, since I'm such a beauty. I bet the guys would love me. Such a shame. If you put me on the secretariat, I'd work every day.
Don't say such stupid things. Coming to work every day is expected of you regardless of which department you're in. If your attitude doesn't improve from now on, I'll be reporting you to management.
Fine by me. Don't just say you're bullying me because I'm new.
Who'd believe a lie like that? I have evidence and witnesses.
Even still, I can make people believe me. A few tears from a young girl are all that it takes to render a man defenseless. It's not exactly a technique an older woman like you could use, though. Plus, my boyfriend has my back.
Even if I let you calling me an old woman slide this time, do you really think the world is so simple you can get your own way just by turning on the waterworks? And what does your boyfriend have to do with anything? Are you planning on having an outsider come in and complain to us now?
Wrong. Please don't be too surprised when I tell you. But my boyfriend is the CEO's son, Mike.
Excuse me?
Me and the CEO's son are dating. I'll be a future CEO's wife someday. Which is why I'm free to do whatever I like.
I don't understand why you think that. Please explain.
You don't understand, lol. One day, I'll be the CEO's wife, the most important employee in the company. Basically, I'll be able to fire anyone who disobeys me. So, you see, Evelyn, you really would be better off doing what I say. I think you understand what I mean, don't you?
Huh? I really don't understand what you mean. How did you end up getting this so wrong?
Like I said, I'm gonna be the CEO's wife someday. I'm gonna fire you straight away, old woman.
The future CEO is my son.
Huh?
Yes, Michael is my son. So, it was you, was it? Michael told me some strange girl's been following him recently. So it was you.
What? Huh? Mike is your son? But isn't Mike the CEO's son?
You're right. He is. But he's my son too.
But that means you're...
The current CEO's wife. To put it in your terms.
What? You're kidding, right? I didn't hear about this.
Of the people who come to work normally, virtually everyone knows. But since you're almost never here...
But what are you doing in such a low-level department? You're the CEO's wife, right?
I don't know what kind of image you have of a CEO's wife, but my current job is training up you new employees. My work involves going around many departments.
But,
By the way, that job includes reporting on the conducts of the new employees to the CEO in minute detail. In cases where that conduct is deemed to be short of the standards, dismissal isn't off the table.
please, wait! I'm Mike's girlfriend, you know! You can't fire me!
What does that have to do with anything? That has nothing to do with your job. Besides, Michael says you're not his girlfriend anyway? Far from it. You're following him and causing him a nuisance.
Oh my god!
Taking this nuisance behavior of yours into account, I can't help but wonder if you're not a suitable fit for this company, Larissa. I think dismissal would be appropriate.
No, wait! Don't fire me!
But it appears you hate being here so much that you fake illnesses to get out of coming. And you have no intention of fixing your attitude towards your superiors and coworkers, don't you? You even seem to think you can fire me, a CEO's wife.
I'm sorry! I'm really sorry!
Which part are you apologizing for? Leaving home early without permission? Not showing up for work? Annoying your coworkers by spreading that nauseating smell around the office? Or perhaps it's for following my son around, boasting that you'll be the CEO's wife someday. And behaving arrogantly towards me and the other employees?
No, it's for... everything!
Larissa, you don't take this job seriously enough. It's not even that you're still stuck in the student mentality. You just don't have any common sense.
I'm so sorry! I'll never take a day off without permission again! Now stop annoying everyone! I'm sorry for what I did!
Talk is cheap, Larissa. Since you've only been here for 2 months, I'm happy to reconsider your dismissal based on how you conduct yourself at work from now on. Don't consider this an act of kindness, though. Your absence will, of course, be deducted from your salary. If you do anything like this ever again, there will be no second chances. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, I understand. I am really sorry. I'll work harder from now on. Please, just don't fire me!
That all depends on your attitude towards work from now on. Please work hard to redeem yourself. The next day, Larissa came to work on time and apologized to me and the other employees for everything she's done. She'd become firmly committed to her job. With constant supervision, we were able to drill into her the basic common sense required to be a member of society. Not just that pertaining to work. Now she's improved to the point of basically being on the level of a regular newbie employee who has the occasional blonde moment. The others at the company do still look upon her a bit harshly. And it's likely that her advancements through the ranks will be slower than that of her coworkers. But I can tell she's working harder than the others and striving to be recognized. So I have high hopes for her redeeming herself at the company and developing as a person.